Hello you beautiful creatures, how the devil are you? I hope you're well. If you're new here, my name is Lou, or Lucifer, as my friends like to call me. By my friends, I mean my ever-growing army of demons. My face is bare, so you know what that means. We're doing another Get Ready With Me video, because you guys seem to really like the first one I did. I really enjoyed it because one of the biggest annoyances for getting ready for videos, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, is getting yourself ready, putting your makeup on and making sure you look bonita. I currently do not feel bonita, but with a video like this, I can chat to you guys, I can also get ready, and we can have a good time doing it. So I feel like this is a lot less stressful, I think, unsure. So that's what we're pretty much going to do. Get ready with me if you want to. If you don't and you just want to sit back and grab a brew or grab a shot, I ain't gonna judge you for it. But I don't know, I was actually someone put up on Instagram, does anybody actually get ready to get ready videos, or is it just, I don't know, a redundant concept? I'm not sure. So we're just going to basically talk about all the updates we've got, Loucifer related, life related, and going forwards, things we've got coming up whilst I get ready. We're going to go and watch the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, because if you guys have been here for a long time, you'll know that myself and Gareth met on Tinder, and our first movie we ever watched together was Deadpool, so it's very, very special to us. But yes, I'm gonna get ready for it, to go and sit in a dark room where nobody's really gonna notice what I look like, but whatever, we move, by the by. So stay tuned, have a wonderful time, have a horrible time in the best possible way. Okay, so we're gonna start this thing. Oh, wow. I know it's only been 7 days, but I already feel so like out of practice with doing a Get Ready With Me video. I think it's because I did a Get Ready With Me video a while back, and now I'm like, I don't know what to do. So if this comes out a little bit all over the place, then that's the reason why. Also, please ignore the dye on my scalp. I recently just re-dyed my hair red. I got invited to a wedding, which was so lovely. It was so nice. Got to spend time with my bridesman Kevin. And we had a really lovely time at the wedding. It was for my friends Tracy and Jonathan, and they're just perfect together, and they're so lovely, and it was really nice. And it was like white and purple. The grooms were wearing grey, but it was like an inlay of geek culture and their fandoms and what they enjoyed. So it had a lot of Doctor Who references and Lord of the Rings, and it was just so cute. It was so, so cute. One of my favourite things from it, though, I know we're meant to be getting ready, but I promise you, was they had ducks you could get. So tiny miniature ducks. I only managed to find 2 because Gareth wasn't with me, so I made sure that I got 1 each. And then it got me thinking, because we're getting married next year, I was like, what tiny thing can I put around the venue? And in the beginning I was like, oh, we could put like little pumpkins. But then the chaotic side of me kicked in, and I know for a flying fact that you can get miniature babies. So I'm gonna do like a little poll. I'm gonna do a little poll with comments. Do you Gareth has no idea I've decided this. Do you think I should get miniature pumpkins or miniature babies for people to find at the wedding and just unnerve everybody? Because the problem's going to be, I don't think they'll all get found, and then the poor people that are getting married the next day and the poor staff are just going to find these miniature babies and be like, oh gosh, you can tell it was the Joneses' wedding, which funnily enough we both share the same name, which is very bizarre. That's a different story for a different day. We're not related, I'll just say that now. Jones is just a very common name. But yeah, I was looking around and thinking, oh, just imagine the fun that I could have with that. And I wouldn't even acknowledge it either. Like, if it was the babies, I wouldn't acknowledge it and be like, oh, did you? That's so bizarre. Like, I don't know anything about that. So I don't know, I just I just think it'd be really funny. We've pretty much established the fact that I potentially have ADHD, and I'm like, ah yes, this is one of my intrusive thoughts kicking in. Very good. But yeah, it was a lovely wedding, and honestly it made me feel so much more excited for my wedding, like our wedding. We're getting married next year, so that is absolutely amazing. I don't know whether I want to use this anymore. So this, it's Olay Total Effects. It's like a 7-in-1, and it's essentially, it's not even a foundation, it's a tinted moisturizer. Now, I just don't know if I like the way that it not necessarily cakes my skin. Like, my skin feels great after using it, but I just don't know if it suits with my skin tone. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I just wear it because my skin is really oily in general. And the last thing I want, particularly before the scare season, is for my skin to end up being horrendously spotty and just irritated before it needs to be. So particularly working in the dungeon, like here's like a little bit of an insider into dungeon life. So we have to wear this foundation that, yeah, for the most part it is really nice, and it's lightweight, and it's pigmented to be white because we're meant to look like gaunt and, you know, we've just been abandoned in this dungeon. But it also, when you wear it for a long period of time, it does really mess with your skin. And I don't know, my skin's in a somewhat decent place at the moment. I am starting to get a few little spots here and there, and I think that's just from the weather. Like conventions, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare because you want to look your best, but then when you're warm and it's hot and your makeup is just sliding down your face, like I've literally taken to wearing hairspray on my face, and I don't know if that's a good move or a bad move, unsure. I'm currently doing research on that, we'll see. But speaking of conventions, I'm getting good at this, segues. Speaking of conventions, myself and Esme, the lovely Esme, if you don't know who Esme is, she was in our Liverpool Comic-Con video. Gareth can't make it because he's working, so myself and Esme will be going to Liverpool Comic-Con instead, and we will be getting all the good stuff for you, all the tea, all the drama. There's never any tea or any drama. I just like to say it. So all the good stuff for you guys. We'll essentially be talking about all of that. Yeah, it'll be a nice easy day, to be fair, because Bowlers is like one of my favourite convention places. It's big enough for people to kind of have their own space, but it's small enough to, yeah, I think it's small enough to make it ideal, to make it doable. It's nice. It's where For the Love of Horror is held as well, and For the Love of Sci-Fi in the past, may she rest in peace. I know that a few people were pretty miffed about that. I also know that they're thinking of potentially just not going ahead with some of the conventions that they've tried this year, just because the throughput has been terrible. And I've been talking a lot about throughput lately because where I work, throughput is massive. It's absolutely massive, as you can understand. It's a tourist attraction, so throughput it's everything. It's very important. And I find it very frustrating when people complain that certain places aren't open for longer or they've shut down. And it's like, yeah, but I hate to say it, it depends on the guest throughput at the end of the day. And if that isn't there, then you've got to think about all of the expenses that these places have to pay. They're not just paying like staff wages, they're also paying for like electrics, they're also paying for like utilities and all that good stuff, and marketing, and obviously like prizes and merchandise, and it's a lot to consider. So I think the beauty of going to these conventions so regularly and working in a very tourist based attraction, I've I can see it for the bigger picture. I can see it for what it is. So when we do have conversations with convention organisers or people who do work at tourist-based attractions, we can empathise and be like, oh yeah, this is rough. So when we went to London filming Comic-Con, it was quiet, it was dead, and the anxiety version of Lou was really happy about that. Like, I was living for it, but at the same time, you've got to think about the traders, you've got to think about the guests, and you've got to think about the people who run these businesses, you know? It's rough. It's rough. I don't know. Terrifier 3 as well. Oh my god. Just thinking about Samantha Scafidi, because I actually got to meet her properly this time, and we just had the best chat. Oh my gosh, that woman is so lovely, and I just want to be her best friend. But we had chats, and I've just seen the Terrifier teaser trailer, and honestly, it looks horrendous. Not as in bad. It looks like a Terrifier movie. It looks terrifying. Gareth will tell you, and the live stream that we did of Terrifier 2, where we all got traumatized but we all had a really good time doing it, will tell you that Terrifier scares the life out of me. I never get these even. Let's see if we can do it this time for the camera. It's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Oh. That's the closest I've ever got to even. The sisters. Long distance sisters. But the sisters, that's fallen on the floor. So yeah, I'm very much excited for the Terrifier movie, the third Terrifier to come out. Whether I want it to be the last one or not, I'm not too sure. I think Damien Leone was saying that the third one will absolutely be the last one. But then if there's like more questions, would we want another one? I just find that conversation very interesting, because as we all know, a lot of movie franchises can get very tired and very boring of the same concept over and over again. So if you're not promising something fresh and something different, then what's the point in bringing another one out? I don't know. I'll be interested. I'll be very interested, but I think at the same time it is coming out when the Halloween season starts for me. So I don't know if I'll be able to see it on time, and that really frustrates me. A lot of the Halloween stuff I want to do, I can't do it because I'm working at an event that caters to people who enjoy Halloween, if that makes sense. Which makes me very frustrated. So, you know, in the future, manifesting here, in the future, I want it to be so I can do this full time and I can go and enjoy Halloween as Satan intended for me to. Halloween is my favourite time of the year, and because I'm so busy, I'm finding myself being unable to enjoy it properly. And I'm not saying that I hate what I do. Please don't think that for a second. I'm just frustrated with the logistics of it because I want to go and enjoy myself. Do you get what I mean? I don't know. I think, shall we do where we do it where at the end of Halloween, so like November, we just have a Halloween day where we do Halloween things? I think we should do that. I think that'd be really cute. Particularly for people who miss Halloween. As soon as it's over, they absolutely miss it. But it's really exciting to see it starting earlier, and the celebrations are already starting already. I mean, like over in America, you guys, you're literally starting your scare maze runs next month. I can't comprehend that at all. Like Halloween Horror Nights, it's gonna be next month. That's insane. I cannot get over that. Your actors must be ran up the wazoo. I hope the money's good. I really hope the money's good. Scare actors, you've really got to treat them with respect. You know, it's our job. It's our job to scare you, and it's our job to provide a very good time for you guys. It's not a time for the tables to be turned. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, are you ready for the aggression and people just being really horrible to us, and the trauma and the crying and the punching and the kicking and the essay? Are you ready for that? Because that happens every year. every year it happens. And sorry, there's about to be some eye stuff that goes on, and I don't know how you feel about that. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, am I just used to it now? I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way, particularly as well because we do end up having a lot of youngsters with us in the mazes. So we have a lot of 16-year-olds. It's their first time doing this, it's their first job, and people don't respect that. Most of the time it's fully grown men trying to grope and attack them, which quite frankly is disgusting. Oh, it's frustrating. That's why it frustrates me as a team leader, because I'm very protective. I'm very protective, and I just want to make sure everyone's having a good time, you know, and not getting attacked and just not taken for a ride. Oh, it makes me so angry. It makes me so angry. We'll move on to something else. So, interesting, okay? I feel like we're just going at, wow, there's another subject. Interesting. So I don't know if you guys noticed the latest video I did, but it was the 2K one. I can't believe we're at 2K. That is absolutely insane. I promise you I'm really excited about it. I'm just trying so hard to concentrate on this. I still can't grasp the fact that we're there, you know? Like, obviously we've still got a massive journey ahead of us, we really have, but we're getting there. We're doing something with it, and that is so freaking exciting. And once again, I cannot thank you guys enough for making that possible. But the thing I find interesting is on the latest video, there are a lot of comments of religious connotations. Now, if you don't want to talk about that, I'm about to go into like my personal beliefs and try and do it as diplomatically as possible. So if that's not for your vibe, then please skip to this timestamp when we're talking about something completely different, because it will happen very soon. But I just kind of wanted to address the elephant in the room. I think it frustrated me because obviously this is a family channel. You know, a lot of children watch this channel, and the last thing I want is for them to get uneasy about some of the comments that have been put on the video. So there are a few saying you need Jesus, Jesus will save you, you need God, don't be fooled by the devil, this, that and the other. And I don't know, like I've spoken to my Patreons about it, and I've spoken to a very good friend of mine, Dina the Dead, about it, and said it's kind of getting me down, I'm not gonna lie, because the last thing I want is to have a space where people feel, oh, this is getting a bit too controversial, this isn't good. So from my personal perspective, my beliefs are I practice witchcraft. I do. I practice that in my own way. I'm very private about it, so I won't divulge too much about it, mainly because this isn't a channel of preaching at all. The last thing I want is for you guys to think that I am trying to force you to change your lifestyle because of me. That's not what we do here. We do goofy things, we do spooky things, and we show you guys what's out there and what you can do to make your life a little bit more interesting, or particularly if you have a mental illness or you have additional needs, to help you with that anxiety of doing those things, you know? So that's the main basis of the channel. We love doing a darker slice of life. We love showing you the weird and wonderful adventures we go on together, and that's what it's become about. We've now developed a fan base big enough that regardless of how broad the umbrella of darker slice of life gets, a lot of people just watch the videos because they enjoy watching us, which I never thought I would get to that point ever. You always have to find a niche that's important, and you know, certain people will watch, and now we've got a massive demographic, which is awesome. I will never post up religious connotations, practices, this, that and the other. So I practice witchcraft. I do. I use a lot of candle work, I use a lot of the moon phases, I also use a lot of the elements, I try to do my own practices, do a lot of meditation as well, and it's special to me and it's personal to me. My feminine deity that I follow is Lilith. So if you don't know who Lilith is, she is the first woman, technically, before Eve. She was then cast out of the Garden of Eden, sent down to hell, and the rest is history. Love that saying, history. Yeah, so the rest is history. I'm not going to give you a lesson on that. So obviously a lot of my practice caters towards her. That could be with colours. So a lot of her colours are red and black. Now, I was heavily involved in those colours before I found Lilith, which was very interesting. My mum always said that if I ever had a child, a little girl, she wanted me to call her Lilith. And there was just a lot of things in my life that was pointing in that direction towards her, okay? Now, some people take that as, oh my God, you know, that's really bad. Like, you're in league with something that's in league with the devil, this, that, and the other. I have read multiple books, spoken to multiple people, had intellectual conversations, and, you know, I've pretty much accepted the fact that that's for me. That is for me. And I don't bother anybody with it, you know. I don't force it upon anybody. I speak to Gareth every now and again about it, and I'm like, oh, such and such has happened, and I've had this really good experience, and this is what I was working on with my practice recently, and that's as far as it goes. Now, in regards to the devil, Lucifer, I do not follow him personally. However, the reason the channel is called Loucifer is one of the stupidest reasons on this planet. It's because when I was at uni, that was my nickname, and then it just kind of spiraled into, oh my gosh, you know, I've practically got a name for the channel. You've got to have some kind of distinguishable name out there, and that's what it became. Obviously, with that, we're trying to build up the brand with it. So the horns, the eyes, the end goal is going to be like a full body transformation into this entity. Now, I'm not saying that I follow that entity. That is not what I'm saying at all. I am very well versed in the things that are out there. Trust me, I know. I've been in contact with a few of those things, and I respect and I leave it there. No. Okay, I do not mess. I never mess. The people who mess and don't know what they're messing with, that's the problem. At the end of the day, in regards to that kind of stuff, in regards to Satanism, in regards to whether you follow because there is the Satanic Temple in Salem, which is an atheistic group of people that just follow a bunch of rules that make you sound like make you a decent person, because honestly, the commandments, any decent person would follow them because they're just that bloody good. And if you want to check them out, I'd fully recommend it. Please check out the Satanic Temple, because their charity work, their work to help women in the US, their push towards equality and making things better, their LGBTQIA plus movement is fantastic. And protecting children as well, massive, absolutely massive. I can't recommend them enough. I have donated to them on the regular, but yeah, I just think they're amazing. But obviously you've also got that spiritual side of worshipping the devil, of worshipping Satan, and unfortunately with every kind of religious group or following or this, that and the other, there's the good side of it and there's the extremist side of it. And that's as far as I'll go on that. So, you know, it's just about being careful and being respectful of each other. My nan and one of my good friends are Christians, and I would never ever dream of disrespecting their beliefs, disrespecting their God, disrespecting their entities. That's not for me to do. That's a very horrible thing to do. And if you are disrespecting somebody's belief or their entity, that's on you. That's your problem. Whether you are Christian, whether you are Buddhist, whether you are pagan, whether you are Muslim, if you are practicing and you are respecting in a peaceful way, pop off, go for it. That is amazing. Like, sometimes it's so important to find something to believe in, because particularly on those hard days where you just don't feel like you can do it, that's all you've got. That is all you've got. And whether you get something back from that, whether you get a sense of divine intervention or something happens to you because of what you're practicing, what you're following, that's incredible. That is wonderful. But please, I implore you to just leave it to yourself. If there is ever an opening or an invitation for conversation where it is diplomatic and consensual on both parts, then go for it. 100% go for it. Myself and my friend, we have some lovely conversations. As a practicing witch and as a Christian, we have some lovely conversations, and I think that is so important. My sister, she also practices, but she is also Christian as well. So then again, we are related and we have two completely different ways about going about it. She's a part of the lighter side of it, I'm a part of the darker side of it, but it doesn't matter because we're both respectful of what we do. So my main takeaway from this is, if you do happen upon these videos because of the satanic connotations, hello, welcome. I will not seek out the help from God, Jesus, or any Christian ideologies, because that's not for me. Might be for somebody else, but it's not for me, and I would really respect it if you either privately message, if you are genuinely concerned, please private message me. That's absolutely fine, but please do not comment, because the last thing I want is for people to get upset over it, and that's not okay. Okay, I feel like I've been really diplomatic about it. And honestly, I knew that these conversations would come up. I knew they would when the channel started getting bigger, because of course they would. It's going to draw more people, and that's what we want at the end of the day, and that's absolutely fine. But please don't think that this is some weird cult where I'm indoctrinating people into the satanic lifestyle. I am not. I'm just trying to be goofy and spooky and show them a bloody good time. So that's the end of that rant. How are you? It wasn't even necessarily a rant, it was more of a, I can see what's going on here and I can see what's happening, and I just want to nip it in the bud before it gets worse. Do you get what I mean? I feel like I've been really diplomatic about it though, and been really understanding about it, and I'd much rather people message me personally than other people get worried and get scared about it, because it is a scary thing, you know. There are a lot of scary concepts and a lot of scary things going on out there, and that's the reason why we do what we do on the channel, because it's 5 minutes to get away from whatever's going on in your life. You know, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's an hour, I don't know if these are matching at all, but I am past the point of caring now. Whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's half an hour that you stay with us, you know, I just think it's so important to have that little bit of escapism, because otherwise you're going to drive yourself absolutely mental. You will drive yourselves absolutely insane, and it is my job to make sure that you have that little bit of escapism with us. I don't think I'm going to put any red with this today. 1, because I can't be bothered, and 2, because I quite like the black on its own. So yeah, I kind of feel like I've got something off my chest there. So thank you for listening. If you did stay, I really appreciate you listening. I really appreciate you kind of being on this journey with me. I think that's an important way of saying it. I don't know, I just find it frustrating, find the whole thing frustrating, but by the by, we move. So yeah, anything else? I don't know, you know, I think I'm just excited for the wedding. I'm so excited for the wedding, and I've had a lot of epiphanies recently about my happiness versus people who are coming to the wedding, their happiness. And I have to keep reminding myself, and I've got my amazing girlfriends, Sophie, Jade, Kirsty, Kevin, by proxy is one of my girlfriends, Eloise, and my sister, to say, you know what, this is your wedding, do what you want to do with it. And I think I need to keep reminding myself of that, because every wedding I've been to has been very crisp and pretty, and it's been them. It's absolutely been them. Like, it's encapsulated them so well. And I need to stop, what's the word? I don't know. I need to stop taking things from those weddings and being like, I have to do that, I have to do that, I have to do that. No, I don't. So for example, from that, a lot of the wedding hairstyles I see, it's very pretty and it's very well put together. And as we all know, I am none of those things. I am absolutely none of those things. So I don't know, I'm thinking of maybe like a big kind of back combed a little bit updo with like braids and plaits in my hair, because I really enjoy that. I love that look so much. But I'm just worrying if it'll be too messy. See, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. This is what anxiety is like. It's not fun, it's horrible. And then we were kind of talking about like having a sweetheart table rather than having everybody up on the same table as us. And honestly, I think in my heart, that's what I want. That is what I want. But at the same time, obviously, you know, you're worried about upsetting people. And I think these next couple of months are going to be very interesting in the wedding journey, about finding out, like finding our feet with it and realizing that no, we're not going to, if we do upset people, that's on them. Like we can moan about it afterwards, but in that moment, it's nobody else's day apart from ours. Yeah, I think I needed this video just to get it through my head. Like, this day is ours, 100% ours. Like, this day, if you've been watching us for a long time, or if you've been a friend of ours for a long time, you will know that this day has been coming for so long, and we have been waiting for this wedding for so damn long that I think I'm just now past the point of caring. I am past the point of caring, which kind of a good thing, I think. I think it's good that I've had this wake-up call. I know my maid of honour has been waiting for this moment. So Sophie, I think it's finally happened. She's, oh, I could not live without that woman. That's the reason why I've got this Wednesday necklace, because she's got the other half and she is my Enid. She's just wonderful. I love her so much, I really do. I love all my friends. I love all my friends to bits. I love all of my bridal party. Every single one of them brings something completely different to the table, and they're from different parts of my life where I just needed someone to lean on and someone to be there for me and someone to be strong where I couldn't be. And the fact that I've got them all together is just so precious and so important. I'm sorry, I'm getting really sappy now. This makeup video's gone on for far too long as well, so I'm just gonna put my lipstick on and then I'll be back with you, because the last thing I want is to cock it up and then just be like, no, I'm deleting the whole thing. So be right back. And we're back again. The thing that I love about this lipstick so much is the colour. The colour is phenomenal. It is Coven, and I got it from Killstar, and it's in the colour Talisman. It's a great blend. It's a wonderful, wonderful pigment. My problem with it is it bleeds ridiculously. So I've now got to a point where it's looking a bit sad, I'm not gonna lie. It's looking like this. So it's looking quite sad. I'm gonna have to invest in another one because I really enjoy this lipstick, and it's one of the ones that's most commented on the channel, so I will be getting another one of those. But because it's so creamy, the texture's so creamy, it bleeds ridiculously, so you have to be so damn careful with it. But yes, that is the finished look. I am not, oh no, I said I'm not doing anything with my hair. I think I'm going to change my mind on that because it is everywhere. I recently dyed it red again with Schwarzkopf this time, and honestly I enjoy it a lot more than the other one I was using. I cannot remember what the other one was for the life of me. It's got green bits on it, not the hair dye, but Garnier, that's the one, Garnier. So I was using Garnier for a time, and it just, you know, it was turning it red. It's because my hair's dark, that's the problem. It was turning my hair red, but it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to. I need my hair cutting so damn bad. I need to go back to the heavy metal hairdresser, so that's Tuckwell & Co in Nottingham. I think you guys have pretty much established that I'm a Midland girl, so, you know, please don't worry about that, like I knew that that would be a thing. But yeah, that's pretty much the finished look. You can't really tell about my eyebrows, but oh well, we move. Do not care at this point, I do not care. I'm so sorry that I'm this way. I genuinely, honestly, like, I know I keep going on about it, but the comments I got on the 2K video, like, from everybody, and seeing all the different walks of life was just wonderful. It was absolutely brilliant. I need to top up on the eyeliner. It was absolutely brilliant because it just showed me how amazing our community is, and I know for a fact there's going to be a handful of people that will comment on this and just give me so many good vibes and just tell me that I've done a really good job, and, you know, that they really enjoyed it, and that just fills my little dead heart with so much joy that I found these people. And I hope to, some of you I've never met in my life, and I feel like I could kiss you right now. I honestly do, because you're just so lovely, and I'm just so grateful to each and every one of you. I'm so grateful to this community that we have built, that we have developed. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm currently in the process of building up little bits of merchandise. I think honestly in the next couple of years we could get to a position where we are where we're having stalls at conventions, but the only way we can do that is if you guys keep supporting us and spreading the good word of Lucifer. Hashtag not a cult, hashtag not trying to convert people to Satanism. Anyway, we move. If you skip that part, it's fine, don't worry about it. But yeah, I think we can well and truly get to a position where we will start having our own stand at a convention, and I cannot wait for that moment. I'm currently in the works of making little Lucifer bracelets. Now, I'm not sure what I want them to look like. Obviously, the beads are going to be black and red. The Lucifer ones are just going to say Lucifer. The Patreons are going to have their own bracelets. So the top tier devils will be getting their own bracelet free of charge. They'll be getting their own like package with all the up-to-date like Lucifer prints, stickers and bracelets, just because that's a perk that they've got. Chris Toon, who's one of our Patreons, will also be having his prize sent out to him as well. So the Patreons have got a Patreon only prize competitions. We will be doing a 2K giveaway at some point very soon, so please don't worry about that. I just need to go to Comic-Con to get a few more bits and pieces together to make it more of a little hamper rather than here's a few crap little pieces, congratulations. I don't want to do that. There's still a couple of people that I need to send out shirts to as well. So with that being said, we've got a lot coming up and a lot to do, but thank you so much for joining me for this vlog. I really appreciated it. One or two more housekeeping things before I dash. If you want to keep up to date with us, you are more than welcome to. We have got my Lucifer Instagram. We've also got Gareth, who is the Demon Consort. He has also got Instagram as well. I now have my business email, which you can find on my Instagram bio and in the description below. That's for any collaborations, any questions. Feel free to drop me a message on there, just because I know it's a legitimate person and not a bot or a scammer. Whether you want to collaborate, whether you want us to do an unboxing for you, or you have another exciting opportunity that we can work together on, really appreciate it. We've also got the Lucifer Facebook group as well, so you can keep in touch on that. I will be doing a mini sale on there. I'm trying to declutter as much as I can and get as much money as I can for the wedding, so please stay tuned with that. I've already sent off one thing today to the lovely Eva, which we see at the Creeper vlog gigs, which is awesome. But yeah, it's all happening. I'm literally getting flushed now thinking about everything. We've got a lot going on, kids, and it's a very exciting time for Lucifer in general, I believe. I really do believe that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this Get Ready With Me to go to Deadpool and Wolverine. Very excited for it. So I hope you've had a good day. If not, that's okay. Always remember, tomorrow's a new day. See you later, guys. Bye.